Hi, this is a video to show you how to collect your data from cBioPortal if you are following template research question number 3, which lets you look at the impact of different demographic factors on patient outcomes. So we're starting off here on the main cBioPortal landing page, and to begin investigating data, you're going to need to select a specific patient data set. So one of the easiest ways to do that is to go over to the left-hand side and you can narrow down patient data sets based on your particular interest. So for this example, I'm going to look at breast cancer. So I will click on breast. And in doing so, it takes me to the list of patient data sets related to breast cancer. So as you see, there's still a ton of options. For this example, I'm going to look at breast invasive carcinoma. I'm going to pick this pan-cancer atlas study. So this is from 2020. If you're not sure where to start, I recommend starting with this 2020 pan-cancer atlas just because it is a very large data set. And the larger the data set, the more likely it is that cBioPortal will be able to do statistical analyses. So that is what I'm going to select, and you're not limited to this. If you work with another one of these patient data sets, what's really convenient about cBioPortal is that these all contain a link back to PubMed. So you can read about that original collection of this patient data set, and you'll be able to cite it properly in your poster presentation. But again, for this example, I'm going to start with breast invasive carcinoma samples from the 2020 Pan-Cancer Atlas. So with that selected, I'm going to go down to Explore Selected Studies. So when I do that, it takes me to a data dashboard related to the data set that I selected. And from here, you have individual panels that give you different types of data. So since this is the video about demographics, you are going to find the panel that is related to the demographic that you wish to study. So for a lot of these, they'll probably be towards the bottom. So we have age, we have sex, we have ethnicity, we have race. So for this particular video, I'm going to look at race. So I find my race panel. It's set up as a pie chart. So just to make my life a little bit easier, I'm going to go to those 3 lines in the corner and switch it to a table view. And with that, I'm going to select white, Black or African American, or Asian. There is another racial category here within this data set, so American Indian or Alaskan Native. However, there's only one sample in the group, and with such a small N, cBioPortal is not going to be able to do statistical analyses, so I'm going to omit that group from my study. So once I've selected the demographic groups that I want to look at, I go back up to those 3 lines. And this time I'm going to go to compare groups. So when I click on that, cBioPortal works its magic, and it's going to start building graphs and doing statistical analyses based on those groups that I picked. So by default, it's going to take you to this overlap page. And here we see sort of pictorially represented are different groups. So we have white, Black or African American, and Asian. What I'm checking to make sure here is that there's not any overlap between my groups. There's not. It's unlikely that you would see overlap when you're doing demographic analyses, but not impossible. So if you do see that, I recommend looking at the template research question 1 video where I show you how to break your data into different groups if there is overlap. But since there's not here, we can proceed. So for this research question, you are collecting 2 pieces of data, your Kaplan-Meier survival graphs and your genomic alterations. So let's look at survival first. So along these tabs, click on the one that says survival, and these will generate your Kaplan-Meier survival charts. So what cBioPortal will do is it will do a statistical analysis. So my p-value here is 0.85, so there's no difference between my groups. If there were, it would show here. And if your data set is sufficiently large enough, then cBioPortal will also generate hazard ratios for you. So you may or may not have that information depending on how your data are parsed. So with my beautiful graph here, I can download it by going to this icon. This gives you options of different file formats to download your graph in. Additionally, you can go to this data here and download the raw data if you wanted to do further statistical analyses or generate your own graphs. So download that. Also, depending on your data sample set, you may have multiple different types of survival graphs. So over here, you're looking at overall. But for this data set, I also have disease-free, disease-specific, and progression-free. So based on the availability of those graphs, you can download those as well. All right, so that takes care of your survival graphs. The next thing is your genomic alterations. So you're going to click on the tab with the corresponding name. And in doing so, you see a breakdown of the most commonly mutated genes by group. So here are my top groups, top genes, and then they are divided by Asian, Black or African American, or white. And just like with the Kaplan-Meier survival graphs, you can go ahead and download those by clicking on this download icon, again in various formats. By default, cBioPortal will show you all of the different types of alterations to these genes at once. But if you wanted to look at particular types of alterations, you can narrow those down here in the left-hand side. So just as an example, I am going to, let's say I just wanted to know what are the missense mutations. I can select that here and then click select again down here. And cBioPortal will remake my graph looking specifically at missense mutations. So that's something that might be valuable to your project as well. So you can download those just as you would with any other type of graph. All right, so that shows you how to get your survival graphs and your genomic alterations graphs. Have fun playing with cBioPortal.